Hi, Mike at Fit at 50 Plus. In your exercises, before every exercise, you see something about rolling out and stretching. This one's going to be on rolling out. This is going to be all about what's called SMR, self-myofascial release. Our muscles are wrapped in a fascia system. In fact, each individual fiber is wrapped in a fascia, and in the individual fibers that make up a spindle are wrapped, and then all those individual spindles are all wrapped in another fascia to have a muscle group. And if there's disuse, the muscles get cramped, sitting a lot, the muscles can get knots in them. So your muscle will get a knot in it, and you can feel it when you get up in the morning, or sometimes when you've been sitting for a while, you get up, you feel those knots in your muscles. Well, here's a way to get rid of those knots and gives your muscles more of a tone, increase your flexibility, just the feeling of healthiness in your muscle. So your muscles will get crinkled up like that, and the fibers will sometimes grow in and amongst another one, and they'll get all in like that and tangled up. And so you want to get those fibers all out, rolled out straight like that. And this is how you're going to do it. So this is a soft foam roller. If you go to the store to buy one of these, look for the white one. There's darker color ones that are firmer. You might see them at your gym. They're very rarely used, and if anybody's using them, they're probably not doing them correctly. The correct way of doing it is you roll on them 1 inch per second, and when you get to a sore or tender spot, as you're rolling on it, if you get a tender spot there, then you hold it on that spot for 30 seconds. If you can't stand the pain of it, then you just lift your weight off a little bit, and I'll demonstrate that as we go through this. And you're going to roll out your prime mover muscles. And again, you do it before and after your exercise, and it'll really help out. And it's important for holding the pressure on it for 30 seconds. That gives the time for the motor unit to sense the pressure, send the signal to the brain, and back down. What happens is you're going to squeeze your muscle and the fascia between the bone and this foam roller. This is a piece of PVC. It's solid. I use this every once in a while. You don't want to start out with these, so we'll get that out of the way. This is the same thing, a soft foam roller. It's just shorter, easy to travel with, maybe easier to use at home if you don't have much space. And that's a good one too. There are some foam rollers that'll have different ridges on it or bumps on it that can kind of pressure, that acupressure feeling of when the pressure is on the fascia system. But really no need for one of those either. You can do just a plain foam roller. So what I'm going to do is, I mentioned 1 inch per second for the purpose of this video. I'm not going to go 1 inch per second. I'm going to show you the sequence that I do it in. It doesn't matter what sequence you do it in, just so you remember to get all the prime mover muscles. So I'm going to lay this foam roller right across the hip area here, and I'm going to turn my toes inward, so that gets the femur muscle right. It's going to get it at the right angle. And so now I'm going to just use my elbows, pull myself along 1 inch per second. Oh, maybe I feel a tender spot in my left leg here. For the first 7, 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, you'll feel tenderness in spots. It'll go away. Just keep persisting. If it hurts too much, take the weight off. Hold it up like that. You'll feel a knot in one leg, maybe not in the other leg, and alternating like that. You might go a little further and feel another knot. Hold it on there for 30 seconds and then continue on. Stop right when you get to the kneecap. Then turn over to the side. You're going to get that IT band TFL area. I'm going to roll on it. Again, it's at 1 inch per second that you're going, but I'm going faster here. And then I'm going to turn over to the other side. Do 1 inch per second all the way there. And I'm going to get the hamstrings. I like doing it this way so I can push myself. You got to let yourself down to remove. That's fine. If it hurts, stop and do it. I'm going to get my calves. I like going down to my calves and going from this direction because, again, it's easier to push than to pull. Like here again, keep your toes in so you get that calf muscle at the right angle. A lot of people have really tight in this lower area there, plantar fasciitis problems. You want to roll right in there, hold it on there. You can move it around a little bit in there so you can feel it in there where you need to be rolling on. Get the right angle, and then roll on it, hold it where it's tender. Okay. Then I'm going to get the sits muscles. It's the piriformis muscle. It's a little muscle right across here. I'm going to sit on just one cheek, and I'm going to feel where it is there. And there, I found it right there. And when I roll on it, see how that kind of moved like that? You'll feel that muscle pop as it rolls between the foam roller and your pelvis bone there. And then turn, get the other one, roll on it a couple times. Okay, then I want to get the inside of the leg here, the inner thigh. Instead of an angle like this, I'm going to have it out a little bit. Put some pressure on it and roll over on it. Just keep the pressure on it moving. And take it right up to the crotch. Then do the other leg. Then I'm going to do the lat muscles, the latissimus dorsi. Put it right there underneath, right in my armpit. I'm going to have the upper leg heel here so I can push with it. I'm going to use this hand to help roll it a little bit. I'm going to push on it, and it rolls. I don't want to be too far forward here. It's going to get the wrong angle. I want to be back here where it gets the lat muscle. Roll it to the lower part of the rib cage. Okay? Then I'm going to do my back. If you have bulging discs, any kind of spinal problems, you don't want to be doing this. Okay. Put some pressure on here. I'm going to lift my seat up a little bit. And I'm going to start rolling on it. I dig in with my heels, pull myself along on it. I can feel a few vertebrae popping there. I'm going to lift my seat as I go. Now I'm going to put my arms up here to take the pressure on my shoulders rather than on my cervical part of my spine. And I'm going to really elevate my seat and go back the other way, and that feels really good. I roll over on that shoulder blade a little bit, roll over on that shoulder blade a little bit, get that a little bit loosened up. Continue to roll here. And roll out. Okay. That's SMR, self-myofascial release, or the rolling out. You should do it before and after exercise. It really helps your muscles toning and getting them ready for exercise and stretching them out after exercise. This is Mike at Fit at 50 Plus.